UNDP, UNICEF, UNIFEM, DFID, IDRC Canada, UKRA, GCRF, along with several departments of the Government of India and various state governments. Professor Jena has published more than 100 research papers in reputed national and international journals. One of his books has been published with UNIFEM, and 17 scholars have been successfully completed their PhD under his supervision. He also serves as the editor for the journal Advances in Management and reviews several internationally reputed journals. His vast experience in designing, executing, managing research projects makes him the most suitable resource person for this particular session, who can guide our faculty members and the participants on developing quality research proposals and securing funded research projects. I am confident today's deliberation will encourage many of us to think beyond publication and move towards externally funded, socially impactful research. With great pleasure, I invite Professor Damodar Jena to deliver today's technical session. Sir, we are honored to have you with us. Over to you, sir. Thank you.
I'm really grateful to respected Mihir sir. Very short time we worked together, but I have very high regard to you, sir. Um, Having the confidence to waste 2 hours with the valued faculty members here, but I commit I will not disappoint. At least into the research project, in addition to 2 other things, I commit I will not disappoint. And unless there is a necessity, I will not come to PPT. I have something which I'll show you from the experience of research proposal and grants. That case I'll come, otherwise I'll not come. I commit that. Thanks to the whole family of BIITM, particularly the management faculties, sorry, only management, faculty colleagues here. Being a student of research and management studies, again I commit, it will be interactive. I'll make you to speak without evaluating. So be friendly. It is not that I'll go, I know everything you don't know, or I'll give something which you don't have. But when we come to this FDP of this kind, usually we refresh certain things, we regain certain things. Already we gained, but regain it with a different dimension or different approach or some kind of new perspective of the things already we gained. So that is what we regain something, and certain things we get a new, altogether new perspective. So I'll touch upon three things. Certain things which you might have not come across, either somebody must have come across, two other not a third one, other any two not the third one. Definitely in that way I'll try to cover certain things. Again I am repeating, where it is not like one side lecture. It will be more on interactive, because ultimately Mihir sir has cautioned me. So we want to have 5 proposals immediately this at the end of this semester. Sir, I commit with you, I'll be here whenever you call me at the, something, around evening. I work, as I said, I work up to 10:30 night. So I am available with select people, those who are here in the evening. I can come down here and we can work. See that at the end of this semester, at least by December, at least you can write, you can get ready with 5 collaborative proposals, including few individual. So keeping that in mind, we'll spend this whatever time we have with us. So now this is the time I should leave this mic. Okay, thank you. Okay, this is a first restriction.
You can. You can move.
Okay. So, whenever we think of research, can we connect, sir? Can anybody help me to connect this laptop? I'll give one sentence, then I'll leave. One sentence. And that may give you an holistic idea, because all of us, we know more or less about research. Those who are really publishing, they know. Those who have not published but done PhD might not be knowing everything, holistic way. Don't take it other ways, because PhD is a get pass. So let us get into a shared understanding about research within a single sentence. My last 30 years, I have compiled one sentence. What is research? You may not find that sentence anywhere with all components. That is what actually I am putting in one sentence. What is research? That I will show you. Right? So this is something Bluetooth will work. But now is it connected with the? Huh. Okay, so that online participants can see. Okay, so let us now think of. Please don't feel like personal, or I am asking volunteer. What do you mean by? It's a general understanding in house. I am a student of research, so anything I commit mistake, I don't mind, because you are the. We are together here in the same platform. And if happens problem with you, assuming that we all commit mistake, and particularly researchers commit mistake. If researcher says that I don't commit mistake, that fellow is not a researcher. So what is research? Volunteer. Assuming that there is a mistake. Not basic meaning. Searching again, that is actually uh, research. But that is something beyond. Research of what? Research of what? Few knowledge nahi. Which knowledge? How to make black to nahi, white to black? Study of. Ready? Ready? हाँ. Okay. So I'm a person. I'm going to. This is a 1998 experience when I was going through 4 months faculty development program in IIM. So me, Irol D. Sauja, who is a good friend of mine, the student of, you know, he is a very good student of macroeconomics. We both were sitting. Then a person came, uh, a very good showroom, very luxurious showroom. Owner was there, and he came and asked, I'm on loss last 4 months. So people send me to him, to Irol Di Sauja, what to do, how to get out of this. He says, I'll take 1 lakh, 2008. Okay, when you will give me solution? No, if you have 1 lakh now, I can give. He said, how can you have not visited? Okay, we'll spend some time here, then I'll get. Then we both explored what is the now status, what type of product, when he increased the price, when he decreased the price, so what happened, when it increased the price, how much sales come down, which type of product it got down, which something. Ultimately, to know what is the cost component, what is the revenue component, what is the elasticity of demand, and we got the result, because it's a very luxurious product. The moment you increase the price 1%, your customers will sigh out. more than 1%. You decrease the price, more than 1% decrease the price, more than 1% you will get. So it is a solution from the principal. So we suggested, and he said, tomorrow I'll come. Tomorrow he came, paid 1 lakh. Then he could not believe. I am already in loss. Again, you are suggesting me to bring down 20% price. 20% price, already I am lost. And you are suggesting me bring down 20% price. So problem is solved. Is it research? Problem is solved. Systematically I have gone because I have spent 30 years into economics, right? I know what is elasticity of demand, what is cross price elasticity of demand, what is income elasticity of demand. I know market segmentation. I know consumers' behavior. I know the type of product. I have spent very systematically, scientifically, and got the solution. And problem is solved maybe after two months, 3 months, he started. Not only 20%, we also suggested to go for heavy advertisement. Problem is solved because huge demand came. Luxury product. You increase the price, people will postpone the demand. Right? Decrease the price, people will opt for that. Very simple, economic principle. Right? So problem solved. Is it research? Is it research? Yes or no? Don't mind that. Sometimes yes or no? Yes. Okay. So is it research? Yes or no? Yes. Because it's not research, that is not research. Because it's not research. This is application of economic principles to address the problem in a research way. And some people, yes, yes, what can I? Before I'll not. Don't mind that. Make a plan. Now decide platform. Yes, no. Is there research? This is not research. This is consultation. This is the consultant without research. Because research is already done, my dear. Already solutions are there. The only thing is it was not matched. We matched appropriate principles were there, and we saw okay, this principle will fit here. And that is the consultant role. I am not adding anything to the existing material. I am not adding anything to the existing material. Management professors, that is it. Don't take any part. I'm part of. Are you getting, where is the problem? We immediately get into solving the problem. That is our, whenever take each of research, if what we think what is the problem and what would be the solution. And for that solution, what type of things I should do so that I can solve. Yes or no? Please accept something if it is otherwise you can say no. Usually in management research, many, not all, many researchers, those who are from management field, they think of, this is the example I have given, that this is the problem and what would be the solution. And for that solution, getting to that solution, what should be my way of research? What should be my objective? What should be my methodology? So that I will get into the solution. Without giving much priority to the existing body of knowledge. Gap in the existing body of knowledge. Those who do not have hair, that is okay. Those who have hair, you please put your hand on that and say how many times you have thought of. Even if you thought of, let us use AI tool, research gap. Nahi chala. वो जो सार लेखिक देइथिले क्राफ्टिंग दी सार कोनटी सार गोटे कहिथिले क्राफ्टिंग दी नहीं नहीं आ गोटे वर्ड लिखिछंती मु सितरे पूरा क्राफ्टिंग विनिंग रिसर्च हां विनिंग रिसर्च विन नहीं होगा सेठी होगा you can craft but you cannot, it's very difficult to win because the people sitting other side of the table, those who are evaluating, they also know the AI tools what generates. Even if you rephrase or something, what is the gap existing body of knowledge? That is one of the biggest challenge in the research proposal to win. Because research proposal is not to only address the problem. I think this is the time I should get in the sentence, only one sentence. Okay, so don't mind, this is a PPT which I use for different purpose for PhD students. Okay. So, we have it. So research in the scientific, see everything you have told. My role is to say that you are not happy. You told scientific, I agree. But what did I say? Non-papa. And right. Don't mind. I'm making. Okay. Research is the scientific way of collecting relevant information on a defined problem. That's what we have discussed. Already you have and analyze them with appropriate tools. My dear, these are the color, different color makes lot of sense. And techniques to address the defined problem. This is what? Yes, sir. This is research. Why full stop? The sentence start with a capital letter and pick up full stop. Where is the full stop? And add to the existing body of knowledge full stop. This is what I compiled from different sources. I'm not giving nothing new. This is all one sentence and then kept in one sentence. That is what I do. Nothing new. So, my dear, this sentence is keep and each sentence, each color of this component into in your costume. Wherever you feel like when you have a private time, this thing there. But this will need 6 months to make it into way of life. Because when I say, okay, scientific way of thinking, so our proposals does not ensure that. When we say scientific, what is that? How to define scientific? Is a very systematic and verifiable. Two components. So we somehow or other we write proposals which looks like systematic, right? But verifiability has to be ensured there with appropriate logic or kind of theoretical background that it is verifiable and statistical or managerial, since we are management students here, sorry, faculty members, so we can think of that either managerial decision making tools or whatever research tools, theories or principles has to be whichever is verified, not only systematic. To ensure that my proposal is scientific, it should be systematic and verifiable. For example, we are saying simple random sampling. We propose. Suppose under the sampling technique, we are saying simple random sampling. Some people write even random sampling without knowing what is sampling. Random, there is no concept called random sampling. Either it is simple random sampling or one of the complex random sampling including cluster. systematic sampling or stratified sampling or cluster sampling. Random, I follow random sampling. That means you didn't follow anything. Because random sampling means what? Either simple random sampling, which has a certain steps and procedure, and one of these complex random sampling, whether a systematic sampling, which is one step ahead of simple random sampling, or stratified sampling, further one step ahead, or cluster sampling. Without getting into that, if you say, I have followed random sampling, many proposals it comes to us, when review it comes. Random sampling means immediately you decide this fellow does not know anything. So it should be verifiable. So when I say simple random sampling, then I should also give an indication that the reviewer will assess me subsequent to this. Believe me that I know sampling appropriate. Scientifically, I know sampling. That means I should say, this should be my population list, right? And this would be sample size. And this is the key I am putting in R or SPSS seed, whichever software you want. This is the key I will follow so that you can verify, I can verify, anybody you can verify that this 10 is from this 5,000. Getting now? That is verifiable. Otherwise, random sampling, convenient sampling, but I read. Right? My name is in and out. I have seen every month from either athletes or but if you give, okay, I'll follow this as a sticker in this software and this population, this, and my confidence level is this. My confidence interval or marginal error is this. This is the size and this area. Then that will be good. We feel that is what it the reviewer is also incentive accounting. Why you are accounting, why you are not. Reviewer is not that biasness will come. The reviewer also goes with a list of checklist. Where it is ensured, ensured. Then give a comment. That comment you have to give, okay, this shows this researcher is not aware of this. Or I recommend this because this very recently I got it. Okay. So reviewer called me after recommend. Yeah, I have recommended because of this. And that person is not because because those who usually listen to me, or suppose you usually do like this, and I have listened to you, and when you write something and I read, okay, this is the way of talking this thing, written this thing. So that connectivity comes. So my point here is, when it is scientific, then to deliver it, that it is scientific. I should not spend much time. Each word you have to take care of. That is the purpose for which I have to participate. My purpose is not to always idea. That is it. So give this each component and see that which way you are proposing to add to the existing body of knowledge. Check my confidence as a reviewer. Then I'll grant it to that will be. You get it? So I'll close it. I have to move. Okay. So now So now we'll come to this main platform. So when we write proposal, of course we know we have to write a background, select a topic. I'll not get into much detail into that. Select a topic, then see that whether this topic is really researchable. Then see a kind of context, background, define a problem, get into the literature, identify the gap, right? Next, you set the questions. As sir said, either you start with the question or problem. Yes, I completely agree. But yes, I'll come to that. But you are right. Other way also right, but you are right. Then set the question. Set your objective. See that your context, research gap, part of the research gap at least, question, objective, all are in the same line, same language they are speaking. Then set each objective wise methodology, which includes your analytical framework. See the how, then subsequently see the what type of relevance is this research is going to the society, going to business or development policy, and what would be your limitation? Of course, budget, financial budget, timeline, everything. Okay, this is actually generic way of thinking, nothing I special here. But I'll bring something. Think out of box. I have written out of that. Get one proposal, still you 120, don't get discouraged. Keep trying. 1 out of 20, 1:10, 1:2, 1 versus less than 2. It will come with wisdom here. No, it does not depend up to 20 years, 30 years. You have to be very young scholars, young researchers, they also get into that type of skill of writing and get through. It is not that no gray hair you have to wait. So now I have to speak something which is actually first mantra for winning a research proposal. First mantra is think out of box. When you are thinking of a problem, because we have to start with a problem. Of course, question will come, but we have to start with a problem. In any research, consultancy take out, I have taken out consultancy. Many times, 99% researchers in Indian context, they synonymously take consultancy and research. Mir sir. Sir, consultancy and research usually, in our context we have seen, they take very synonymously. There is the problem happening. First point is, let us separate. Because consultant does not go for literature review. Consultant does not add to the existing body of knowledge, and he is not asked to do that also. It is not that I am not demeaning. Please, correct me if I have said that. consultants are not even entitled to add to the existing body of knowledge. They are something to quick fix. They will find out the solution from the existing body of knowledge. That is the so that is the basic difference. So you please check that out. Then we put the research. For research proposal, you have to think of a problem where you have no solution or you have multiple solutions, you don't know which one is best in your context. Either this or that. If there are solutions, still you can go for. But where? Now there are different solutions. Different researchers have given different solutions. I will come to an example. No, I will come to that. But in my context, which is really suitable, that type of study is not enough. So I want to have a research on that. You justify that. So this is the problem. But that usually many people follow that. So you should follow something more than that. Right? Okay. So I'll give one example of mine. Can I? Example, which actually a proposal was granted. When we talk about aging population, 68 aging population, what immediately comes to our health, social alienation from the family, who no, no, you all either son or not of friends or somewhere, but I'm not saying that. But there is actually saying that okay, I am alienated from the family, or there are a lot of studies made. And one of the pioneer institutes is Helpage India, who has studied, okay, people alienated from family, social, family, health concerns, old age home, all these things, it comes to mind whenever it comes. And it more than that, it's what? Because it's not right. You know, lot of studies are made there. Even if you get something that is not going to excite much to me as a reviewer. So you have to think of this. How come? Don't take the think there also where after 1999 plus something. Moving review. After one weekend could be explored by it. So now, somewhere you go where a lot of people have not entered into that. This example is actually when I was a specialist. So, if you exclude Chennai, then so I was asked to working on that. And interesting thing we found that aging population is increasing. Share of aging population is increasing 71, 81, 91, 2001, 2011. Slowly it is increasing. Do you know how much? At maybe approximately, you know, how? But in Tamil Nadu, the whole Kanyakumari, aging population, if it is going, why? I'm giving simple logic for the laughter this. I said this is going on. That's a what big thing working, right? Social alienation, family alienation, एमाने समझते भी सही कथा कहूँ. They are also talking the same language. They are in prison and they are in trouble. Then I said, have a glass of water. Read my subsequent part. My subsequent part of context, what it says, why it is increasing. Birth rate is coming down. Very simple. I'm justifying my point here. I have not come to my problem. I'm giving the context. Are you getting now, sir? I'm giving you the context now. What is the background to this and context? So, birth rate is coming down. Death rate is coming down. Yes or no? Obviously, the people are living for longer period. When death rate is coming down, birth rate is coming down. So, life expectancy is going. Very simple. But you are bringing these indicators together. Okay. Please make a pause there. Birth rate is coming down, death rate is coming down. So people are living longer. But when people are living longer, whether their extended life is associated with improvement in the medical facility. But whether medical facility really helps them to live a morbidity-free life or not, that is. But there is an association that increase in the medical facilities and there is an increase in life expectancy. So hopefully some medical facilities help them and they I'm not getting to others. So when there is an increase in the at this period, people that this said whatever saving happened earlier, the people deserve and eat. Yes. And not only that, usually people they work and 60, after 60, if you go further, their work participation comes down. Yes, sir. ଭଲ ଏଠି ଆସିଛି ମୁଁ ଆପଣ ଶୁଣିବେ ମଜା କରିବେ ମୁଁ ଖାଲି କହିବି ହଁ ଆଚ୍ଛା so one their economic participation is coming down, right? This saving is taking place. Economic participation comes down. In other words, their contribution to the economy is coming down. Let us fill them. Let us fill them. No, it happened. In Romania, Indian one old man survived and he said, but anyway, so you facilitate their dignified life. For that, what to do? Economic problem. Why? Now I'm coming to my problem. Then, I'm coming to problem. Given this context, careful. Now I'm entering to a dark place. Very dark. Nobody else. That is what I said. What is that? Government has not taken up any single initiative so far for the aging population economic contribution or economic participation. Government has taken initiative for different labeled people or other type of, but aging population rather government said go get retired. Right? You and me, professionals, we have not thought of a policy to pressurize government. You come out with this policy. Neither government, nor non-government, nor CSR have a policy to accommodate this increasing aging population so that we can reverse. Otherwise, the problem is there is a fiscal pressure on the government going to happen next 2030. I'm out of those. I'm not thinking of today. I'm thinking of next 20 years. If you don't take care of development today, the people, you are celebrating. Wow! You are celebrating because like expected. Just about service. So when life expectancy is going up, people are living longer, we are celebrating development. Yes. But if it is not managed today, next 20 years, when this population share goes to 30%, 40%, and what type of fiscal pressure we just expect on government to take care of them, they are not contributing, they are deserving, they need all sorts of support, not only medical support, their stay, food, all sorts of support they need. And today, government is not able to take care of development expenditure. And do you think after 20 years, government will think of taking care of these people when the situation will be out of control? So today's development, tomorrow's problem, and that problem has to be addressed. And this is the problem. Tomorrow there will be going to be a problem. My research problem is this. My research problem is if this situation continues next year, we type of people is 4% of the total workers and customers. The total workers are less than 50% of the total. And out of the total workers, 4% of people are active. So forget that. Even the people those who are outside this white collar job, they are 4%. Even outside the people, they are really suffering. When there's nothing to support. And other side, family. How many percent? 4%. Of the total workers. Total workers are 38, 39% of the total population. Out of the total workers, 4% like you and me get pension. I don't know whether you and me will get pension or not. And that concept is low. And that concept is in government is 4%. So that concept is low. Even if it is there, it is not. Yesterday it was there. Today, tomorrow, not any. Yes, I'm going to. And some companies provide. Government is giving free, making no free. Old age pension, that also is a pressure on fiscal pressure. I'm telling that is a fiscal pressure on government. Okay. What government should do? I come from that. I'm still proud. I'm still proud. I'll come just a word. There is a daughter-in-law mother. She don't mind I'm the mother. I don't mind. Daughter-in-law and mother-in-law. Daughter-in-law was delivered. Then asking mother-in-law. Mama, please remind me when that delivery will come. Mother-in-law is very close. Then said, don't mind. When the clever comes, not only me, the whole around you will be doing. No, you need the I don't do it. That's the point is there. So I'm coming. So let us sit come to it. But problem I getting no. Today's development, I have written the title Problem of Development. Problem of development. If not managed today, is going to give challenge to the fiscal side of the government. So government has to think of government need not do anything as government does. We know how professionally we deal with a little bit of support or at least willpower of the government. We can do business, we can do development without government. First management is easy. But problem is really I applied for degree, but ultimately I got full degree. But that's they expanded it, and they say we should take a full-fledged research on it. Okay. Problem are you getting now? So here, sir, what to do? You are saying police, no? I'll come to that. What found? Today, find all this plantain chips, broccoli chips, pauna, Kerala, Tamil, Kanyakumari, Tingal Valley, Kanyakumari, Kerala. बिरुदुनगर यार्ड को आउ ना चेन्नई यार्ड को ना तिरुनेल वैली कन्याकुमारी देन त्रिशूर केरला सेप्टर चल रहा है so what we suggested finding and I just give one of the suggestions take the confidence and comfort in your how to measure how to measure comfort here. So we have taken the comfort and confidence in terms of asking them, okay, we mapped the skills, not like you and me people, those who are really working class. So what type of work they can do, what type of things. So we make block as in, they don't have block concept, but anyway, block as a type of unit. Then we saw, okay, who can do plantain chips? Plantain chips, again, you have to map with the resource and market and see which way you can brand it and sell it to get a premium price. So that was the time. And we see how cheap yes, and we need some package stuff. It is made by automatic that will emotionally improve of that time. You are not when you come into village, when age packet with C, usually with some extra price. This is 2009. 2009. And you see, 11, 12, not only in Odisha, Bhubaneswar, many parts of the country from south it is coming. So that becomes actually very difficult by heart. You have got cancer and theory that after 3 months time. And so old. He said this subject has to be expanded and it should be no 23 lakh, whatever we are given. Coming. So she made this such a thing and said this is this idea. So when I'm just come, sir, I remember this one. So when you take the comfort and confidence, like how many me and an aged person, I need 3-4 times break, but conventionally you give only one break. So if you suppose you are not, but let us think of you are 70-year-old, 65-year-old. No, definitely you are not. I'm sorry. So if you have arthritis problem or something, but you want to go out, spend some time, come back with a packet to your grandson or granddaughter, still you have 200, 300 rupees in pocket. Then, and if I take your confidence, so if you go there, I'll send a bus or van, and as many times as you like, you can take a break. There is a washroom, all the comfort I'm taking. In spite of that, instead of those days, 600 rupees was the wage in Kanyakumari district. 700, 800, I think little more than 1 or 200 something one in Kerala. And instead of 600, if I give you 300, you will be happy. Because another 300, I'm giving you comfort by taking rest. I'm giving you comfort by confidence by sending you the van to your doorstep. So you need not to think of your arthritis, you will fall down or something. So 300 rupees I'm taking for that. Another 300 rupees with a dignified manner, you can go and come back. So that you can avoid alienation, physically fit, contribute to the national GDP, right? take care of your grandson, granddaughter, smiling face. You need not to be watched up, right? So when you take the confidence and comfort, and me as an entrepreneur, when I people from the block or there, whatever you need, and in a mass production, in a huge volume of production I do, marketing will be easy. You are happy, I am happy, consumers are happy. କୋଉଠି 2000 ଆଗରୁ ଆମେ କୋଉଠି କଦଳୀ ଚିପ୍ସ ଖାଉ କୋଉଠି ଖାଉ ଛାଡିଦେଲି କୋଉଠି କଦଳୀ ଚିପ୍ସ ଖାଉ ଏଇ କ୍ଷେତ୍ରରେ ଗଲେ କେରଳା ଗଲେ ଖାଉଥିଲେ ପାଣି ଗରମ ପାଣି ଏଠି କୋଉଠି ମିଳିବ and share coming हाँ sir हाँ local but here we take customer see you have to you think outside, no, you take the confidence first, because me as a 65 70-year-old person, I am not ready to go for work. Forget you what first of all I am not ready to work. So you have to take my confidence, no? That is your responsibility, not my responsibility. You are doing business. Oh sir, these are the anything can be done. But problem I am saying, to write your problem in such a way, solution automatically came. If you are really getting a problem, your research would be very systematic to get out of the solution. But you have to think of it, you are thinking of a problem which people usually don't think. People think they are ready to go to Satyanagar. Satyanagar Kudi? I'm sorry, sir. Yeah. So that is what the general, sir, general belief system is. Now they are packing, but we are reversing back. When we reverse back, whatever the plethora of research has been already done is addressed automatically, because social alienation will not be there. They will feel happy. They are going out, contributing to the family. They are respected. Whether economic region or whichever region, they are physically fit. Good. Everybody there. Good. Think outside of that problem here. Because usually it happens 2 years, but I'll come with. I have to put down protection. I'll come to that. 5 years. So now I'll come to another example. Is it okay? Sir, is it okay, or I'll change the strategy? Okay. Sir. How to write? Sir, I'll come to that. No. Actually, I was doing human development report. I got a clue. Then I had written proposal. That was not part of the assignment which was given. That time I was in. So I had written. I got the clue. This clue from the earlier one. Right? Okay. So I give you another example. Very interesting example. Sir, how much time I have? Okay. I'll give another example. We are working on a 26 is the last. Started in 19 is a 100 crore project, and we work here in 8 countries. So maybe last 2 years I'm not able to travel much, but usually except Pakistan, we travel all 8 SAR countries under this. We got this 100 crore for all 8 countries. Sir, Mrityunjay sir pakre, Tapan Adya sir, me, Subudhi sir, we are actually coordinating from this side. It's a so far huge, biggest project I'm doing this. And 8 countries. interdisciplinary 267, 69 PIs in this project. So roughly 300 you can take PIs, 8 countries. And what is the problem? How to manage nitrogen in agriculture? How to manage nitrogen in agriculture? Nitrogen means ଆମର ୟୁରିଆ ବିଶେଷ କରି ଧରନ୍ତୁ ୟୁରିଆ ଆଉ କେତେଗୁଡାକର ଅଛି so what happened? As of now, the huge efficiency of nitrogen is less than 25%. तापने आमे तरंतु 100 केजी पकाउचंती 100 केजी नाइट्रो माने यूरिया पकाउचंती 25 केजी यूज होउची 75 केजी अच्छा यूज न हले से one loss 75 केजी loss but the loss does not stop there loss goes beyond when it become reactive nitrogen it affects soil water and air and that problem is going to be more serious than carbon dioxide. You think of that problem is going to surpass carbon dioxide problem in the environment. So that is the problem. We are what? So then what big thing we are doing? Go and convince the farmers. No, it is not like that. We have to take the confidence policy level of, we have prepared the draft policy, nitrogen policy to Government of India. Similarly for 8 countries, you have to take different discipline people, agriculture people, you have to take management, hardcore sociology people, then you take people those who are simulation they are doing so that which model, which country, which context it will work and what would be the standard and fertilizer. We get scientists into the system, not we take their confidence, but we take the scientists from that background, so that which type of alternatives can come. And we are there to assess actually management, particularly economics people. We are actually with one sociologist. We here in the Indian context, we are assessing how farmers can adapt. What is their acceptance attitude and what is the acceptance rate of adapting to this new things when we are bringing out something. So my point here is, you think of, oh, it is not possible out of box again. Nitrogen, bringing down nitrogen is not possible. All of a sudden, Colombo Declaration, I was actually part of the Colombo Declaration. What happened? They took an extreme decision, stopped nitrogen immediately, government gone. That is the extreme decision they have taken. We cannot stop nitrogen overnight unless you create alternative. And we are not saying you stop nitrogen. We are saying you balance, bring down the unused things so that you keep on using 25 kg. Even you can use 30, 40 kg, assuming that another 15 kg will not be used, but 100 kg you are using, right? Which is not only waste, that is also going to be reactive nitrogen, which affects very badly to the environment. So that is out of box. No, we cannot bring down. So that is what actually. My last example is quite over. Right. This romantic part is today anything you speak with respect to millet, everybody gets it. Without millet, nothing. Right? Millet. We get the romanticism here and the first of something. So we get written a proposal. Why are you? Okay. So I'm before coming to the problem, I am coming to the context. So tribal areas, millet, small millet, I am saying, not big millets. Small millets, mane jo udako ଅତି ଛୋଟ ଛୋଟ ମାନେ ମାଣ୍ଡିଆ ଆଉ there are actually hostel there are ସୁଆଁ ହଁ hostel millet ସେ ମାନେ ଥିବ ସେ ଧଳା ଧଳା ଦେଖା ହଉଥିବ ଏକାଥରେ ଏତେ 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 ହେଇଥିବ ଆଚ୍ଛା ଏମିତି 7ଟା ଅଛି ଆମର ମିଲେଟ୍ ମିଶନ ଯେତେବେଳେ ଥିଲା ଆକ୍ଚୁଆଲି ସେତେବେଳେ the objective of the millet mission was from production to plate, right? Because their anemia level to improve the hemoglobin level, because hemoglobin, as I am not very much this thing, but that is one of the no basic things to maintain the so hemoglobin level has to be there. So to improve the hemoglobin level or no or anemia conditions, so this millet is very useful because because anyway we don't need that, but for the study I got to know the protein content is 12% on an average with millet, where rice we eat, polished rice, is less than 2%. Less than 2%. I'm setting the context. I'm not telling this. I'm setting the context. I'm not giving you the information. For my context, I use this. Okay. So what happened? Always think out of box. A problem. So what happened? Millet, which usually get produced with mixed with many other crops, is a mixed crop usually they do in tribal areas, right? So if one particular crop is failed, other crop will survive so that they will survive. But today it become monocrop. Millet become the monocrop today. And earlier getting millet was really difficult. Today you easily get millet. Yes or no? Okay, खाऊना दिवस. ମିଲେଟ ନ ଖାଇଲେ ଜୀବନ ଧନ୍ୟ ହବନି ଆଚ୍ଛା so millet become part of our culture, urban culture today. It is because of millet mission. We should celebrate. I said nonsense and got a project. Sorry sir. Sorry sir. No, I said I got project with 12 pro project. What is this? Hmm? Millet, they are mostly in Odisha, millet means mostly mandia, ragi is promoted. Only mandia or ragi, mostly. Other things are, I'll tell you why also. There is a reason. I will come. ଆଉ ଏଇଖିଣି ସ୍ୱପ୍ନ ହେଇଗଲାଣି ସେଟା ଆଉ ଖାଉଛୁ ଖାଉଛନ୍ତି ଆପଣ ଖାଉନଥିବେ ରୋଗରେ ନ ପଡିବା ପର୍ଯ୍ୟନ୍ତ ଖାଇବେନି ଭଗବାନ କରନ୍ତୁ ରୋଗରେ ନ ପଡୁ ହେଲେ ସେଇ ମାଣ୍ଡିଆ ଟା ଖାଇବେ ସେଟା କଣ ଇଚ୍ଛା ନଥାଇ ଖାଇବେ ଖାଲି ଆଉ ଓକେ ଆଇ ଏମ୍ କମିଂ so no I have not come out of Oxford. Very interesting, please, because how can you click actually? But you should have a domain knowledge. That means you should have knowledge on the millet. Being a student of research, that too on development issues, I had experience of tribal areas. Maybe out of my 76 projects, maybe around 24 projects I have done on tribal issues. So in that way, I'm a bit acquainted with this. So what I did, being a student of numbers, I tried to see from NFHS data when I was working with my PhD scholar for different subject on diabetics of agri farmers, no farmers. That time I saw, okay, something, the anemia level of tribal districts, anemia has gone up from 4 to 5. NFHS 4 to NFHS 5 when millet mission was in a peak mode. Right? Everything that produced production has bumper crop, but still has got down. Significantly has come. What is the bonus management? Then I go. Then I saw really they are not eating. And why they are not eating? Why they are not? Hmm? Actually, the reviewers, and when I was presenting, from the beginning that this from the beginning of my presentation, when I was in middle almost the last phase, my way of is changed. Therefore, this is the very interesting now. Then what I did, I said, I said, they are not eating, not because you are demanding. It is just because we are facilitating them to sell. That reason is facilitating them to sell higher price. Higher price. Now price is improved. So Hrithikesh suddenly milk price ବଢେଇକି ନା କର ଓଡ଼ିଶାରେ 5 ଟଙ୍କା ଏକାଥରେ ବଢେଇ ଦେଇଥିଲା ନା କଣ କରୁଥିଲା କିଏ ମନ୍ଦିର ତୁଳିକି ନା କରୁଛି କିଏ ମନ୍ଦିର ଭାଙ୍ଗିକି ନା କରୁଛି ସେଠୁ ଇଏ କଣ କଲେ ମିଲେଟ୍ ପ୍ରାଇସ୍ ବଢେଇ ଦେଇକି ନା so millet price ବଢେଇଲା ପରେ then it is marketable. Then they amended the commitment of millet that will increase the put the anemia condition and see that this is a marketable and facilitate them to earn higher income. So your then after your proposal was reviewed and passed. And no, after your draft proposal was no, you could not. Because you have to be your presentation. Yes, and you know, they are not starting. No. It has already been, but and then it was passed. Yes, only after days of that proposal is passed, one is allowed. Immediately, you find the yes, that's okay. But the first step is the review of the plan. So that's that's not required as a written. Yeah. So it will be there. Please get that romantic part. I understand it. This sense, what type of question is this going to happen? That's why I imagine. That's why it's just problem. I talk to that. Okay, right. So I'm still in context, sir. Context is why they are not eating. One, the mentality, punishment of electricity, that additional income. So now they are getting additional income. So in that case, electricity accomplish commitment, production and additional income. But production does not play. Production don't play that we eat. But again, there is a facilitation not to eat that I have written in the proposal. Not to eat. That's why they are not eating. Number one is increasing the price so that it is sold out. Second, there is a close substitutes, not in protein perspective, but free rice is given to them. right? 2% content protein, rice is given. So my substitute is available. Still I can eat. I'm not eating. My logic, I'm setting the context. If you set the context in a very strong way, proposal will not be disconnected. It will not be rejected. Just listen. I enjoy, sir. Sir. 14, 15 hours I work daily without Sunday, Saturday off. Our 5 working day, but I work 6.5 day. Sunday, half day I sleep. Okay, no, I'm not over. No, sir, this is not the time to clap. So what happened? One is they are sold higher price. Second, close substitute available to me. Third, I don't have a technology at the village level or household level to dehusk mandia ku dehusk chhodei to tapre khaibi. Right? That technology is not available at my doorstep. ଗୋଟେ ସମାଟା ଥିବ ସ୍ତ୍ରୀ ଲୋକଟା ଏମିତି ତଳେ ଥିବ ଫୁଟୁଥିବ ଏମିତି. So technology is not available. So I brought technology. 3 କୋଟି ଟଙ୍କା ରଖିଥିଲି ସେଇ ହେଡ୍ ଅଶୋକ ସାହୁ ସାର୍ ପଚାରିବେ. So technology, mechanical engineering is a collaborative project. Mechanical engineering. Then over the years, there are multiple factors. So you have to get a higher money. How can you get? Unless you justify. Okay, I got mechanical engineer discipline to this research project to develop a machine so that it will be available to them, right? And you should review that machine is not available, whichever available developed by OUAT is not functional. There is a technical problem of level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4. And if you are PI, you have to understand mechanical engineer little bit also. Otherwise, you cannot be PI. Why? So now through that I understood what is level 1, tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, tier 4, which tier you are proposing and which tier available. Okay. Next, text preferences. Youngsters are not interested to eat. All put together. I'm not saying only one fact. Youngsters are not interested to eat. ମାଣ୍ଡିଆ ଯାଉ କରିକି ଖାଇବ କଣ ସେଟା ଗୋଟେ ଯୋଉ ଜିଆ ସେ ତିଆ ଭଳିଆ ଜିନିଷ ହେଲାଣି ଅଲ୍ ଚାଇନିଜ ହଁ କରି ଖାଇବି ଆଉ ମୁଁ I am not interested for. So for that, food and nutrition specialist ଆମର ସାଇ ସ୍ମିତା ପରିଡ଼ା ଯୋଉ ଆମର କିସ୍ ର ତାକୁ ସେ ଡିସିପ୍ଲିନ ଟାକୁ ରଖିଲେ, so that she will develop what would be the test and preferences we will study and bring the dishes so that we can show. Are you getting, no? So I'm saying now there are different disciplines so that at the end they are not eating, and because of that anemia level has gone up and from NFHS 4 to NFHS 5 within 5 years. So you present your problem with a very occasional and a strong, what is that? It's a context background. That problem has to be studied. Otherwise, no go. Whole millet listen, in spite of that, your anemia level has gone up instead of at least remaining same. So there is a problem which urgents different disciplines to look at. It is not just your management alone. Are you getting, no? If you write that, if you listen. So anyway, I'll not give more examples now. I will be not for 30 minutes. Now we'll go for writing. Or is it okay? So my point, let me summarize up to this. The point here is we have this thing making that we can whatever is right, if you depend on that activity for this solution. Unless you give command, that sentence, those were really sentence challenge. Those who are really sentence challenge, they need that to give you a writing. Anyway, our mother tongue is not English. My English is not good. You don't know. Even my MPhil, when those days MPhil were there, so we had. I was not able to complete sentence. Complete sentence. Even I was speaking, I was not able to hear what I was. So now I have not read so far grammar books or English grammar. Put transfer tribal because they got we have 5 different texts, including general caste, other things. I have come from Dr. village. I have not been read a single grammar book, English grammar book so far. Last year, no, I'm not saying this. What I'm saying is possible. I have published 14 papers text last year. So, point is don't take. I'm sorry, please don't take that I'm showing this. It's possible without doing it. Very systematic. So, if he speak out that topic, we will see the area of purpose. But I'm giving my last 2 minutes. Just recently I got it. Now, usually 5-6 proposals usually projects I don't every time, any point of time. I have another project on transgender. Transgender. What do we know? You think something which we don't think. People, first of all, list out what people think. Sorry, sir. I'll tell you what I thought and what government, people, NGOs, what do they think? Ensure a dignified way of life. Yes, sir. I agree. That is a good one. Ensure a dignified way of life. Keep them employed. Let them not begging. That is what people did. I thought something about it. I thought dignified, what do you mean by dignified? When I am out of my parents, I am staying in Karana, right? Who wants not to be in touch with the parents? Who? On Madras? Anybody on Madras who wants not to be parent? But आओ 15 मिनट अच्छा interesting. So here everybody wants to be with parents, but they are not with parents. So my first question is, can we integrate the transgenders in this context? Nobody has taken any initiative to integrate with the natal family so far. Natal family. Are you getting that, sir? No government or NGO or CSR has thought of so far how to integrate them with their natal families in a dignified manner. With economic, then I had given something. You cannot do very well. Has to get this then economically, then socially. Because your social link is disconnected not only by family, it is by the community. Community also dealing. So you cannot establish that link which is already dealing. They what? So you better. So again, so thinking that way, think I think the examples I have given so far. Anything people usually think of one. It is a you have to be. if you really are not happy winning, if you want to win, if you want to win, our proposal has to be in that out of box. Sir, all the way thousands of proposal come, lakhs of proposal come to NRF, lakhs of proposal comes to ICSSR, wherever funding agency go. Many people are there. How many people come out of that? Even people don't read, even it goes to the viewers, then it don't read. But you write in such a way that or something different. So people will make that because you are creating something. It is something because that is a possibility that will go up. But people you are not. But that is not your call. But you have to be out of C2 one. C1. Please, sir. So, but since our study not started very recently ago, only has come. I am a fellow, not able to. So not started. So can it be called? So this not so I'm asking. So I'll not much exploratory what reviewers given comment because already reviewers comment is there. First of all, I'll assess you. Can you manage this project? Number one, can you as an individual, you have research capability to manage this first? How confident you are? Second is a recent development. Indirectly, we are asked to see whether they will go for government or against. That is out of box, not written, unwritten, but not to be quoted. Whether anytime if you are writing against government, that may not be good also. Against very aggressively, because this is the age you know which I have come across. So that is a unwritten exploration that, but usually they assess what credibility you have, what confidence you have to take up this project. Maybe few questions, even reviewers also suggested few questions to the panel member to explore when there is an interview. So those questions will ask. Mostly it happens what scientific methodology you are following. Sample size is not an issue. If you convince that, okay, I can take this is my margin of error or confidence interval, I'm not following 5, I'm going 6 or 7 or 3 or 4 because of this reason. If that logic is strong, then sample size you can follow anything that it does not matter. I'm interested, do you have strong enough knowledge on sampling and sample size? Because sample size, suppose margin of error, I am taking 5 in tribal context. In a coastal context, I need not to take the same thing. Because context decides how much of margin error I will go for, right? please. We are not government institutions. No. Again, please don't say that there is a biasness or please don't get into that. It happens sometimes with ignorance of reviewer, sometimes it get rejected also. Reviewers without giving due weightage to, without reading much, sometimes they reject. Or, but that percentage is very minimal. But what I suggest, the moment you, and wherever, suppose it happens somewhere, suppose, even if suppose kid is influential getting one project or somebody is not deserving got project, but you please keep that out. The moment you keep that out, you start justifying. Oh, I'm okay, but system is wrong. Then you cannot progress because that is not the overall happen. It happens here and there, I accept, but generally it does not happen. So why should you get stuck there? And movement is a human behavior. We justify ourselves. Oh, I'm busy. Usually people without output, they say, I'm busy. I'm busy. But where is output, my dear? Now, output cannot expect in academics something overnight. That is all nonsense logic. So, but let us not get into that so that we will stop there. Huh? Okay. So, writing part is not an issue today. If you give your idea to different AI tools, your idea, this, you see, this idea cannot be purchased. Whatever 3, 4 things I have told now, is not there in public domain, how AI will get? Are you getting, no? It is, this idea is not there in the public domain. How they will get? So you give your idea, get the writer. Then you, which also I don't do, but still you can do that. When actually you need not to sit and the sentence composition, you need not to do. But you give all these commands, then get the paragraph or get the section. Then you rewrite that, you can do that. But idea is there fundamental. AI tool, AI will not have that. Turnitin of general plagiarism will come, but AI will be zero. If you put in your words and change something, AI component would be zero because that idea is not in the platform. Are you getting, no? So writing part, all the stages, you please focus on your idea. And if you are a first or initial part of writing, my suggestion is you write the draft at your own with all mistakes, then discuss with the people, those who are really experienced, without going to ChatGPT. The moment you get into the ChatGPT, you know, we people, when computer was not there, we did regression in କଲା ବେଳକୁ ସେମାନେ ଜାଣିପାରିବେନି ସେ ଯାହା ପଢିକି ଆସିଥିବେ ସେ ଯୋଉ ମାନେ କୋଉଠୁ ସଫ୍ଟୱେୟାର ଦେଖିଲେ ଏଇଟାକୁ ଆସିଲେ ଏଇଟା କଲେ ଆଉ ମାନେ ତାର ଯୋଉ ଥିଓରିଟିକାଲ ଇମ୍ପ୍ଲିକେସନ ଟା କହିପାରିବେ so I'm sorry first draft, then you can verify with the ChatGPT sentence composition, how it will sound good. But reviewers don't pick up your sound language in the research. Not much. Not much. Even publishers, article publications, they don't expect much on that. But definitely in research proposal, language is not a big thing. Once you come, so all the stages, if you start, but I commit, sir, this is not because anyway, you know me, I know you. So when the interested faculty members are in different stage, so I'll be happy to come down and maybe interact and see, because deliberation. But when you research literature, it won't create way we thought, okay, which are the literature available on this? No. We should set some of the questions, and through these questions, we should set each question should be set up keywords. Then these set up keywords, you go for the literature. And once that literature is there, you don't need to read everything, but please read at least abstract. And for that, if you depend on ChatGPT, then you really digging your graveyard of academic graveyard. If you really do want your ChatGPT to do that, that means you are digging your academic, research graveyard. Don't do that. Take little pain on that. And once that is there, once you have few 10, 15, such experiences, then you can say 90%, approximately I'm saying, okay, this is what is there. Today I said, all we for this. When I thought of, I thought this is not very big, but I bit. So you please don't depend everything for ChatGPT or literature where you are getting literature and what it can say that it's very easily. I don't mind whatever you do. But at least top 20, right? 15 abstract can you not read? Then you will get idea. At the 10, 15 abstract, if you don't read, I don't know what can I say that. Right? Because we are researchers, no? When we researchers teaching, see, these are teaching, okay, anyway. But what and it's not the so minimum government minimum whether it is tax analysis or predictable analysis. I'm not saying everybody should be number your number and of course tax analysis. You don't know much of tax analysis. No, this is my qualitative study. Please understand qualitative how to transcribe D4 or D4 transcribe. How qualitative study, how to reach the surface in something. You cannot follow the something hard for the qualitative can be altogether different something. The concept is different, process is different, surface is different. So without doing, we say descriptive research, we say this is my qualitative research. Which was so that reality. Otherwise, how can you win? To win, we have to make that thing different. That's all. Unless there is a Om Namah Shivaya, Tathastu. That is not to everybody. And researchers cannot survive Tathastu type of things for longer period. Are you getting, no? So my suggestion would be, please start, and we can meet whenever you like. We got we got and we hope that people are proposals reviewing again going in them. So 22 projects in single call we got in a single advertisement. 22 projects kit will come. So we can do that. We can do it. We like also. Thank you. Sorry if I make it from somewhere else. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. Absolutely practical approach towards research grant proposal. Very practically, sir explained how to identify a social problem, then how to find out the gap, research gap through different research, literature review, and then how to connect it to the existing body of knowledge. So brilliantly, sir explained the entire process, and he also promised us that whenever you are able to identify a gap, he is just a call away so that he can support you during the entire process of finding out a research grant proposal. Sir, your extensive experience in executing national and international research project has provided all of us with valuable insights and designing meaningful research proposals, identifying funding opportunity and conducting impactful research. On behalf of BIITM and all the participants, I express our sincere gratitude for accepting our invitation at short notice and sharing your invaluable expertise with us. Sir, I would like to request Mihir sir and our principal and Dean sir Dr. Chinmay Das to felicitate our guest with a memento. uh, Participants, okay. Uh, Ladies and gentlemen, we'll proceed to valedictory session of the faculty development program at 4:30. So we have a 15 minutes gap. Find out your research gap. Online participants, please be there. We'll start the valedictory session sharp at 4:30. Thank you. So, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We shall now proceed to the valedictory session of the Faculty Development Program. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all to the valedictory session of the Faculty Development Program on Contemporary Excellence in Management, Education, Pedagogy, Leadership and Technology, organized by Biju Patnaik Institute of Information Technology and Management Studies, BIITM Bhubaneswar. As we reach the culmination of 5-day academic journey, it is a moment of satisfaction, reflection, and gratitude. Over the past 5 days, we have explored several important dimensions of contemporary management education, starting right from the teaching pedagogy. And then we entered into student engagement technique, academic leadership, artificial intelligence in education, Indian knowledge system, and concluded with enriching discussion on research and academic excellence and how to get approval for a research grant. Today, we are privileged to have with us two distinguished professionals from Odisha Knowledge Corporation Limited, OKCL, who have been contributing significantly to digital transformation, higher education, and capacity building in Odisha. I would like to request our Professor Puspanjali Mishra and Professor Soumya, Madam, to felicitate our guest with flower bouquet. It is my privilege to introduce our first distinguished guest, Mr. Susanjay Das. Mr. Das is the Senior Program Manager and Head of Network Partner and Learner Management Program at Odisha Knowledge Corporation Limited. With over 22 years of rich professional experience, he has been actively working in the domains of education, digital transformation, artificial intelligence, skilling, and employability. He has successfully led OKCL's extensive network of more than 1,000 authorized learning centers across Odisha and has spearheaded several AI capacity building initiatives for government officials, academicians, teachers, and students. Sir, we are delighted to have you with us today. Our next guest, it is my privilege to introduce our second distinguished guest, Mr. Niladri Bihari Ray. Mr. Ray is presently serving as Senior Manager, Strategy and Innovation at Odisha Knowledge Corporation Limited. With nearly 3 decades of experience, he has made remarkable contribution in higher education, industry academic collaboration, digital skilling, innovation ecosystem, internship, faculty development, and emerging technology. His efforts in building strategic partnership with universities, industries, and national organizations have significantly contributed to prepare institutions and learners for the future work. Sir, we are honored by your gracious presence. Now, may I request our esteemed guest, Mr. Susanjay Das, to kindly address the participant and share his valuable thought. Thank you.
Okay. There's some source of it. Okay. Respected Principal Sir, Dean Sir, my friend Mr. Chandrasekhar, and my dear faculty members, and my friend Niladri Sir also. So I'm really happy. First time. Yeah. Okay. It's okay for me. So first time visiting BIITM Although I passed through this institution so many times and visited many engineering and management colleges in last 22 years, but I never visited these institutions. When I entered these institutions, I found lots of energy inside these institutions, and I find very nicely decorated, and atmosphere is very nice. And congratulations and thanks to management, principal, and staff member. They have organized such a nice interactive faculty development program. Before some days back, if I remember 1 month back, there is a common session when I was talking with 144 engineering and management institutions, principals, and placement officers in a common forum. There only I get to know about principal sir, and then they invited my management, my managing director to be part of this institution. Unfortunately, today my managing director, Dr. Manoranjan Pothal, could not attend this session. On behalf of him only, I am here. And he have extended best wishes for these things and congratulated everyone for this event. So when we are discussing about, let me tell something about my organization, Odisha Knowledge Corporation Limited. Odisha Knowledge Corporation Limited is working across the state in 1,000 places. If we go to wildlife sanctuary in Sunabeda, and if we go to Similpal jungle, what we are doing, we are going to that place and we are connecting the local youths, children's, faculty members, how they can use AI. Just imagine what we are doing, how we are transferring the state. If we think about any collector office, any SP office, any government's top 30 office in district, and we are going there and we are just imparting artificial intelligence, digital skilling for these senior officials and telling them how effectively they can manage their day-to-day work, and that can transform the Odisha, and we can achieve the big seat Odisha that we are discussing about. We are working in that direction. When we are discussing about faculties, we are also helping them how they can use artificial intelligence to bring students' interest to the classroom, how they can use the artificial intelligence for the research work, how they can use the artificial intelligence, how they can apply for the research project. That kind of things we are doing. Recently, we organized a faculty development program for the DAV school principals and staffs. More than 60 DAV school principal staff, they visited OKSIL and they participated how they can use AI in classrooms. So that kind of impact we are creating when we are thinking about paperless office in Odisha, like Secretariat to Panchayat Raj Department, then how paperless office can be possible. Then we have resource person across the state. They are going to different government offices. They are hand-holding those officers and how they can use the this OSWA software developed by the TCS, implemented by the OCAC, and how they can use. Okay, so different level, if you will think about education, if you will think about government official e-governance, every sector we are helping. Also, what we are doing, as I was telling, unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to come here. We used to visit different management institutions and we used to hire freshers and we just train them, we just groom them, and we just deploy them for all the services I was discussing about. If you remember, one of my resource person, my team member, Mr. Somya came here, Somya Subham Raut for the program, and he only passed out from IMIT 3 years back. Just imagine, 3 years back, he was a student. Now he's coming and he's standing in front of you. He's going to Jaspur Collectorate and giving training to Collector Jaspur. He's going to Dhenkanal and giving training to SP of Dhenkanal. You just imagine. And he only joined 3 years back with the 3 lakhs salary, now getting 10 lakh salary. So that kind of transformation we are bringing among the student. If we think about the transformation word, it is all about, it's not within the faculty member, not among the this government official. It is about all the sector. It is about the students. And if we think about children or youth like class 10th, 12th, and graduate students, you know, the certification provided by OKCL, that is OSCIT, that is one of the certification. It is mandatory certification to join in government job. Last year, you'll be happy to know that we have skilled 1 lakh research like these children across the state using this 125 plus artificial intelligence tools. So that is that kind of scalable things we are creating, and with help from all the students you have created. Now question is that, now we have conducted around 6 days FDP. You have learned so many things during this faculty development program. So important thing that now, even if it happened when I was there in training program in Nuapada also, then collector asked whether AI is replacing us in future. Now, as a faculty member, you must be thinking that after 6 days of workshop, there must be AI training also, whether AI will replace a faculty member. What do you think? AI can give any answer. AI, if you ask any question, AI can give the answer. But who will teach the student to ask the question? That is important thing. AI can give the answer. Who will teach the student to raise the question? That is very important things. Curiosity development AI cannot do. You can do. That is one thing. Second important thing, AI can give any answers. Who will verify? How they will verify whether the answer is correct or not? How they will get? That is important things. Today, when there is a faculty recruitment in a engineering college, I was there as an interviewer. Many people were coming for the interview, even a PhD from IIT Dhanbad and other institutions. So after the interview, one thing I found, now it is all about the character. Whether the people, those are coming through the education, they can build the character of the student. In the same time, we can ask a question whether we are discussing much about AI. AI can build the character of the students. Only you people can build the character of the students. Because our takers should be like that. Whatever we are all discussing about, technology should come to the education. But no technology can replace the faculty member. Faculty member only can replace everything, even if technology, everything. But no technology can replace the faculty member. Faculty member have to just go ahead, like to change the characteristic of students. They should create the curiosity among the students. Then only whatever the learning we are discussing about the artificial intelligence, whatever things, that will be definitely useful for our life. So as a faculty member, for last 6 days, whatever things you have learned, that is good. That is good for the institution also. But thing is that, there are two institutions. One, those are using technology. Another institution who are not using the technology. They definitely, those are using the technology, they will sustain in the market. But question is that only using the technology, whether the institution will sustain. That the physical touch is very important, physical connect is important, emotional connect is important. That we should focus as a faculty member, we should focus on those areas also. Okay. So AI will come further, like in childhood, we have like a typewriter. We are doing the work for the one page typing, it was like half an hour, 45 minutes we are taking. Then computer came, it is taking like 15 minutes or 20 minutes. Now AI came, it is taking 5 seconds or 10 seconds. sorry, 5 minutes or even 2 minutes, the work can be done. But next time something else will come. Okay. So, but human value must be there. Human connect should be there. Human emotion should be there, and faculty members should connect that to the students. Then only we can build an institution which will create differentiate from other institutions. Okay. So that is all from my side. So all the best for your learning and future use of technology in your daily life and in classrooms, in your institutions, everywhere. Best of luck, best wishes.
Thank you, sir, for your inspiring address. I would like to request our next distinguished guest, Mr. Niladri Bihari Rai, to address the gathering. Thank you.
Hello. Yes. Okay. So, good afternoon, all. Jai Jagannath. After entering into this institution, I got a very good positive vibe. That's why my sincere thanks goes to the organizer as well as the promoter of this institution, because they are having really nice vision. That's why they have made this institution so beautiful. And that's why positive people are here, and the positive vibration is coming out of this institution. So me and Susan both worked together for a couple of years, maybe around 25 years. So literally we both are not speakers. We are practicing managers. Whatever we are saying out of our experience only. Okay, we are not designated speakers. So somehow we got an opportunity here today to speak before you. And I believe that it is very difficult to speak before teachers, faculty members, because they are all educated. It is very easy to talk to students, but it is very difficult to talk to really faculty. We worked with a lot of intellectuals in our last jobs. Both of us worked in different institutions, maybe engineering as well as management institutions, somewhere in group of institutions, somewhere in different universities as well as. So we know what is the capabilities of a teacher, what they can do. And anyway, again, every time it is required to upgrade ourselves. That's why these faculty development programs are happening. Can I take it? Okay. Okay. Hello. Okay. ସେ କହୁଥିଲି ଯେ ଆମେ ମାନେ ସ୍ପିକର ନୁହଁ ତ ମାଇକ୍ରୋଫୋନ ଧରି ଅଭ୍ୟାସ no issues. So I must tell you, during our tenure as training and placement resources in different institutions, we able to transform lives of more than 60,000 students, and we become catalyst to bring their first salary to their pocket. So that is the experience we both are having. And now the field is bigger for us. For entire state, we are working in scaling as well as uh, employability. Okay. So here, I must tell you, you have a great FDP, definitely. Lots of intellectuals spoke to you, you interacted with them, lots of sessions are already conducted. My question to you, what exactly is the takeaway from this FDP? What you are thinking that what is the exact takeaway from this FDP? Can anyone interact with me? Okay, great. So you like that session very much. That's please have a seat, sir. Okay. Great. Anything else? Primarily AI. So that is that. So AI is a new thing for you. That's why you took interest and finding it is really interesting. Anshuman. Yeah. How to use AI effectively in your workplace? That was the intake. Anything else? Youngsters sitting here. କିଛି ଶିଖିବାକୁ ମିଳିଲା କିଛି ଆପଣ ମାନେ ଭାବୁଛନ୍ତି ଯେ ଇମ୍ପ୍ରୁଭମେଣ୍ଟ ହେଲା ଆପଣଙ୍କର ଏଟା ଜାଣିନଥିଲେ ନୂଆ ଜିନିଷ ଶିଖିଲେ କିଛି that's what I'm asking. What new things you learned from those good sessions? Okay. How you are managing students along with their attitudes. That is another. Okay. Okay. Great. Anything else? Academic leadership. Okay. Right. So that's okay. These are the intakes, key intakes from all those sessions. Okay. So let us talk about something that is management education with the realistic of the future workplace. I'll focus on that area only. Management education with the realistic of the future workplace. Okay, this is more on change management. Okay. So what are all the constraints currently in management education? Can anyone tell me these are the hurdles or challenges particularly? Can anyone tell me? Classroom management? Okay. So during the class, students are engaging in the devices. That is distracting, and you are allowing that in the classroom. Okay. So this is one area. Yes. Okay. Okay. Very good. Anything else? Span of attention reducing day by day. True. The syllabus is not up to industry requirement and it is creating a difference. Okay. Okay. So as per me, there are three different major disruptions. If I'll talk about, first one is artificial intelligence and automation. This is creating a major disturbances. Why? Because students are heavily now utilizing AI and it is making difficulties for you whether this is this particular documentation or the project report, anything, assignments are done by the student itself or by an AI assistant. Okay. So you are thinking that the expectation, the outcome from a student cannot be measurable nowadays. Okay. Second one is sustainability and responsible leadership. That is also a big challenge nowadays, because when you are sending a candidate or a student to any of the industry, taking responsibility of the work or assignment is a big challenge nowadays, because they are not that focused. They are already disturbed with many things. Whether we are bringing that change, that quality in the student during our, you can say, the classroom or else during entire studies, that is another area. Third is skills replacing mere qualifications nowadays. Now, qualification is not that important, rather skills. Of course, qualification is very much important to get a ticket to showcase your skills. Without your qualification, you cannot get that ticket so that you can prove yourself or can show your skills. Okay. These are the three challenges I could foresee, I could see here, and it is disturbing the entire ecosystem. So, we are preparing students for jobs that may not exist today. We are preparing students for the job that is not exist today. Am I correct? So, using technologies that are getting evolved every month, every quarter, and to solve those problems that are yet to be going to be emerged. So, this is a very difficult area, and I would like to emphasize that management faculty need to move beyond textbooks, from teacher to a practitioner mentor. So, no teachers are required at present inside the classroom, rather mentors are required. So, whether we are having that ability to mentor students, whether any sessions here conducted on that particular issues, if yes, then definitely the intakes must be very interesting, and that will be really useful in future. So teachers should become a facilitator or a coach or a career mentor or a industry connectors or a startup enabler. Nowadays, we need teachers having these qualities within them, so that student can follow them. If will become a only teacher and guiding them from textbook, they will never follow you. Students do not expect us to know everything. They expect us to guide them in discovering, validating, and applying knowledge in the rapidly changing world. We need to guide in that way only, how to identify, how to validate, and how to apply those knowledges in this particular situation. I must suggest 5 competencies for future management. First competency is digital fluency. What is that? Digital fluency. Digital fluency means AI, AI dashboards, analytics, and digital business. These things we must know in a better manner before getting into the classroom. Why? Because the students are nowadays using lot many tools. They are far aware of us. So whether we are equipped with these skills, if we are equipped with these skills, that we can properly guide the students. Competency 2, I'm talking about industry immersion. Whether we are bringing the industry practices to the classroom, if we are bringing those practices to the classroom, then definitely it will help students, because ultimately student is going to the industry. If our faculty members are good enough in emerging industry practices in the classroom itself, then students will definitely follow you. Okay. So this is also another important area. This will bridge the gap between academia and industry. It will give an understanding regarding current practices of industry and it will definitely help to understand the business model which enhances employability. Then my messages to all the participants here is to adopt any one practices out of couple of suggestions I am giving to you now. Can we introduce a live industry project during their curriculum? Yes, we are giving them internship opportunities, everything as per the curriculum requirement. But can we introduce a real industry internship during their tenure? Is it possible? If it is possible, are we taking care of designing that particular assignment or that particular project with proper scope of work and deliverables? हम तो दे रहे हैं, आप जाओ इस इंडस्ट्री में काम करके आओ, उस इंडस्ट्री में काम करके आओ. Are we giving them proper scope of work and deliverables required out of that project? If we are doing that, then fantastic. If we are not doing that, then we have to do that. We have to guide them. ये करना है, वो करना है, आपको ये सारा चीज बना के देना है. अगर आप दे रहे हो, क्योंकि you know what will work, they don't know. You have to guide. You have to guide how they will do their internship properly. Okay. Internship is always a challenge. I know that because we serve this industry for more than 25 years. We know how students used to manipulate the certificate. That is a no use. Next is, you must be inviting entrepreneurs for different talks. Are not we? Yes. So it should be a regular practice to invite successful entrepreneurs to arrange talks, to share their success story, to share their challenges and how they overcome it. It should be kind of, you can say, it should not be a kind of one-side talk. It should be a kind of some time spent with an entrepreneur, maybe 3-4 hours in a closed environment where student can open up and ask as many as questions to the entrepreneur, and entrepreneur should not feel bad to share all the experience with them. Probably that works, not a talk, simply a talk. So if you can arrange that kind of environment, probably student can get help out of that. Okay. Always incorporate industry relevant use cases during your teaching and learning sessions. Always, for any concepts, please get ready with industry case studies. That will really help students, and that works. That really works. And facilitate an environment to conduct an innovation challenge in the shape of either ideathon or hackathon, not in a great way. Even if it can be conducted inside a classroom among the peers, among that classmates, they can go for a small ideathon or hackathon kind of thing. That works. If students will go for research on a particular problem statement, that will definitely transformation will happen, and that works. Mentor a startup team, if possible. If you can mentor a startup team, that will give a lot of exposure regarding the practices of current industry policy, government policy, and government systems. If each one of us can mentor one startup team, that will really help students. These are few suggestions, again, out of our experience. We know what exactly working. Recently, higher education mentioned that each 4 SEM students should go for internship, higher education. I'm not talking about technical education. When there is a already challenge in the internship environment, there is again a load of 2.8 lakh students, but nobody knows how these 2.8 lakh students will go for internship, where they will go for internship, and how to do. Nothing is known to everybody. And OKCL developed ecosystem, internship ecosystem. And within a month, they launched that digital ecosystem and supported more than 10,000 students within a month to complete their internship. Okay, internship means they learned a new skill, and with the use of that new skill, they developed project and submitted their project reports to fulfill their academic requirement. Anyway, the success of this FDP will not measured by the certificates received, but by the number of students whose aspirations are transferred because of what you learned here. If it can be transferred to the students, it can transfer life of students, then really it is successful. So a great teacher explains, a good mentor inspires, but a practitioner teacher transforms lives. So my request to all of you to become practitioner experts. And I congratulate all participants for investing in their own growth. May each one of you return to your classroom with new ideas and start a new day. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Huh. What
Yes, that is the challenge. Yes. Thinking. Correct. That's why you are here. That's why you are here, because you are giving assignments. Students are submitting the completed assignments before you. Now, you need to find out whether students have taken the support of AI or used their own brain. That's why you are the experts here. You can find it out very well. You can ask a couple of questions to the students and you can find out whether it is borrowed or it is own autonomy. No, you cannot stop. You cannot stop. You cannot stop them because it is very much widely available. When you cannot stop them to use devices in the classroom, how you are thinking that you can stop them to use AI? It's not possible. Sir, ଆପଣ ବସିକି କରନ୍ତୁ, ବାରମ୍ବାର ଉଠୁଛନ୍ତି ମତେ ଭଲ ଲାଗୁନି, ପ୍ଲିଜ। If you ask any question to AI will give you some answers. Okay. So now you need to tell them you use AI. Okay, there is no problem at all. But you refer the answer of AI and make your own answer. That way, one solution may be there. And apart from that, if you stop them using AI, definitely they will not listen to you. Okay. Because here, when we are talking about any research paper, any thesis paper, plagiarism is there, and there are tools where they are used to identify whether this is a humanized uh, paper or not. Okay, that is already there. So you can also mention that your papers will be verified through tools. If it is humanized, then it will be accepted, or else not. Okay, welcome, welcome.
Okay, thank you, sir. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we shall now proceed with certificate distribution ceremony. May I request our distinguished guest to kindly present the certificates to the participants attending the FDP in physical mode. I request our principal and dean to accompany our guests so that we can distribute the certificates. Congratulations to all the participants. I'd like to announce the name. Professor Dr. Vijay Kumar Bal, Professor Communicative English, and the head of the department communication. Next, Professor Dr. Biswaranjan Mahanti, Professor Managerial Economics and Operation. Next, Professor K. Chandrasekhar, Associate Professor and Head of the Placing, Training and Placement. Dr. Anjan Das, Associate Professor and Manager Training and Placement. Next, Dr. Barun Agrawal, Associate Professor Marketing. Next, Dr. Sudeshna Datta, Associate Professor Finance. Professor Sanjay Kumar Parida, Associate Professor Finance. Dr. Lopamudra Mishra, Associate Professor HR. Dr. Prajna Mahapatra, Associate Professor HR. Dr. Ankita Agrawal, Associate Professor Marketing. Next, Dr. Chinmay Kumar Raut, Associate Professor Finance. Dr. Govind Chandra Panda, Associate Professor QT. Nice. Dr. Sasmita Mahapatra, Associate Professor QT and Operation Management. Professor Kamesh Chivukula, Assistant Professor Marketing and Skill Development. Dr. Nabeen L, Assistant Professor Operation and Marketing. Dr. Ipsita Das, Assistant Professor HR. Professor Manoj Parija, Assistant Professor Finance. Dr. Debabrata Sharma, Assistant Professor Finance. Professor Moranika Das, Assistant Professor HR. Dr. Ajitab Acharya, Assistant Professor Finance. Professor Abhipsa Mishra, Assistant Professor HR. Professor Sahani Singh, Assistant Professor Finance. Professor Biswaranjan Mahapatra, Assistant Professor Finance. Professor Sushruti Rani Panda, Assistant Professor Marketing. Solo. Professor Soumya Mahapatra, Assistant Professor HR. Professor Pushpanjali Mishra, Assistant Professor HR. Hold on. You're in the queue. Pushpanjali Madam. She is also the coordinator for FDP. And Chinmay sir was also the coordinator. I'm sorry, I could not announce. Dr. Amir Ranjan Das, Assistant Professor IT. In-house AI. Professor PC Ganguly, Assistant Professor IT. Professor Aarti Goswami, Assistant Professor IT. Professor Rasmi Ranjan Biswal, Assistant Professor IT.
Now it's the time to announce the name of the main actor or main director, the executive director, main actor behind this FDP is Professor Marketing Dhananjay Beura sir. the FDP coordinator. And next is none other than our Dean sir, Dr. Chinmay Kumar Das sir, is also the FDP coordinator.
Now it's time for the person who has designed the entire FDP, Professor Dr. Mihir Ranjan Naik, our principal. Now, I would like to request our principal sir and dean sir to felicitate our guest with a memento. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So, as I was telling, like we have 1,000 partners, and we are just empowering them. We are creating business leader. We are making the students leader. So in that process, every year, like 1,000 partner across the state, they used to come to Bhubaneswar. We have a get together. Then we used to give them certificate, and there are top performer. We have to give the certificate and write something about them, what they are doing. Then it takes so many times, actually, so much times. Then what we did, last time we used AI to print something about them with their name, like we'll tell that this man is that, this person is doing that, like that. Okay. Today, when we are giving the certificate, then I thought, why we used AI? Really, principal sir told every person what is the age, where is he passed out, what is the experience, what is the attitude, adjective, everything. That is really beyond the AI. Really means amazing things. That is the things. Thank you, sir.
Okay. I would like to request our principal sir to felicitate Mr. Susanjay Das with a memento. I would like to request our dean sir to felicitate our next guest, Niladri sir. Before the invitation for vote of thanks, I would like to request our principal sir, who is the mentor of this FDP, would like to share 2 minutes for the entire FDP session. Thank you, sir.
Respected guests from OKCL, Niladri sir and Sushant sir, respected Dean sir, respected Dhananjay sir, Professor Bal sir, and all our esteemed professors and officers present over here during the valedictory program. I would like to take only 2 minutes, not more than that. That what is my take home and what is your take home out of this week-long faculty development program. We have started day one by the input of our Honorable VC, who has taken more than 1 hour session, maybe just between 10:30 to 10:15 to 11:15, something like that. So what he said, one line I would like to tell you. What to teach is not important, but how to teach is important. That will convert the output-based education to outcome-based education. That is his input to us. I am taking it at least with me. I hope we all will be taking that same. Soon after that, the associate professor of IIM Bodh Gaya was taking a session of wonderful, that 2 hour session, you could not imagine how it has passed away. What he has focused on a small case study of 1.5 page, not more than that, which we could finish in no time. And then he told us to focus on reverse engineering. Before we tell the students the concept, let us share the application and then reach to the concept part was his input, which was really fantastic and awesome. The next day, one of our very well-wisher of BIITM, none other than Professor Ramesh Behel, took the session from Delhi IMI. He was the founder director of IMI Bhubaneswar. He said that you teach, I'll forget. But if you involve me, I'll contribute. Was his input. He also said at the same point of time, leadership cannot be taught, it can be practiced. So from every session, we have learned something for sharpening our skill to keep ourselves relevant in the changing scenario. And that is what was the input of Sri Debasi Satpathy, who is the executive director of NBCC, a PSU, took a session. He said a lot of things about Indian knowledge system, particularly focusing on Mahabharata, and told us how we are in the different stages, starting from unconscious incompetence to conscious incompetence, then conscious competence to unconscious competence. Very wonderful example of Jayadratha ji and Arjuna ji. And his session was fantastic. And he said that always we need to be relevant by learning, unlearning, and relearning. What a wonderful session it was. But I cannot forget the contribution of OKCL. Everyone present over here, they have been repeatedly telling me, sir, the OKCL session was the best session. And the session taken over by Angshuman sir and Subham sir was brilliant. It's not about teaching only, it's about their attitude, the way they have presented, the way they have committed to help BIITM in future. We are moved by that. Not only that, it's not about the two resource person. It's about the leader who is leading that OKCL, who is none other than Srijukta Manoranjan Puthal sir. When I met him, he said very clearly, sir, definitely I'll attend your session. Today, he called me back and he called Pushpanjali madam also. Look, due to some personal reason, I could not attend it. I'm in the out of station. But definitely, I'll ensure that my next member, number 2 and number 3 or number 2 and number 2, they'll be definitely will be there on my behalf and will be the part of your validatory function. This is what the leadership is all about. Now, on the last day, the Director of Research and Development of Social Science of KIT University, Dr. Damodar Jena, has taken the session, who has also agreed in 2 days of time. Because for this particular session, we have got a person, Dr. Rajiv Panda from NIT Rourkela, but due to chickenpox, he could not come from Rourkela to this place. And believe me, in 2 days of time, he has agreed, Dr. Damodar Jena, and he has shared his input that how will really do or take care of writing the social science projects and get success in that. And he has also told one thing which I like most is he is ready to mentor us. He is ready not to invite us to KIT University. He is ready to come to BIITM for every moment whenever we are looking for. See, these all are not the take home for our, that out of this 5 days, 6 days session, there are content wise very enriched. Besides this content, by the, that the kind of the leadership qualities they have demonstrated throughout 5 days, starting from Vice Chancellor till Niladri sir and Sushant sir, we are really grateful to everyone. Definitely, I would like to congratulate Professor Dhananjay Beura, Professor Chinmay Das, and the entire team, those who have really designed everything. They have given me the credit, but I have not done anything. They have done everything. They have discussed in depth many things. And I would like to express my sincere thanks and gratitude to all the faculty members, all the online participants, those who have invested their 6 days in this KD hall to make the academic year 2026 and 27 a great success. I wish all the best for your future endeavor in the academic year 2026 and 27. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Now I'd like to request our Dean Academics, Professor Dr. Chinmay Kumar Das, to offer formal vote of thanks. Thank you, sir.
Respected guest of the evening of the valedictory session of 6-day-long faculty development program on contemporary excellence in management education, pedagogy, leadership, and technology. Mr. Niladri Bihari Rai, Senior Management Strategy, Odisha Knowledge Corporation Limited. Distinguished another guest from same Odisha Knowledge Corporation Limited, Sushant J. Das. Distinguished research persons of the 6 days different sessions, Honorable Principal Sir, esteemed faculty members, organizing committee, ladies and gentlemen, very good evening. It is my proud privilege on behalf of Biju Patnaik Institute of Information Technology and Management Studies to propose a vote of thanks for this memorable occasion as we conduct our 6-day faculty development program. Sir was asking, Niladri sir was asking what was the coverage. Sir, the 6 days long program, Contemporary Excellence in Management Education, we have discussed length and breadth, the pedagogy, technology, as well as the leadership. Over the past 6 days, we have experienced enriching journey of learning, reflection, and professional growth. The insightful sessions by the different distinguished resource persons, engaging discussions, and practical perspective to share esteemed resource persons have been significantly enriched and enhanced our understanding and inspired to strive excellence in teaching, research, and academic leadership. I extend my heartfelt gratitude to both the guest of the evening, Mr. Niladri Bihari Roy, as Sushant J. Das. They have witnessed our validity program. At the same point of time, I must thanks, as they are present here, I am not encouraging OKCL. The spirit, the OKCL resource person has conducted the session. They have reached each participant. I saw the odds how they can make us learn. Our gratitude to both of the resource persons on that day, especially two of the resource persons, Anshuman as well as Susan. They have delivered all the sessions are good, but it was found to be more impactful, which the faculty members expressed after the end of the program. My sincere appreciation to all the distinguished resource persons, starting with our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. Amya Kumar Roth, to today validatory session resource person, the director from KIT Research and Development, for their expertise, experience, and valuable insights throughout the program. All the resource persons, sir, your dedications and commitment make up the FDP truly meaningful and in fact impactful. In fact, I must express my profound gratitude to our executive director, P.K. Balawantrai, for his constant encouragement, visionary leadership, and unwavering support to make this program possible. I must thanks to our honorable principal, who worked as an architect for the FDP and make it more effective, helps us also in many occasions, arranging many resource persons. Thank you so much, sir. A special thanks I would also like to thank to the organizing committee, especially Professor Dr. Dhananjay Beuria, who in fact coordinate, and every member of the faculty and administration staff, those who meticulously planning, hardworking, and seamless coordination ensured successful conduct of the 6 days program. While coordination comes at BIITM, I must thanks the placement cell support across every activity, especially my thanks to Chandrasekhar sir. Whatever things support we required, he always come forward. Thank you, sir, for your coordination and cooperation at every occasion. Yes, a successful FDP happens only when the participants' role comes. A special word of appreciation to all the participants, as it is a hybrid mode, both physical as well as the online participant. It is successful. It is because of your enthusiastic involvement, including, you see how engaged we are, active participations, thoughtful interactions, and eagerness to learn have been true strength of this FDP success. I hope the knowledge and skills we have gained during these 6 days, as our respected principals are already told, how it should translated into innovative teaching practices and meaningful academic coordinations and contributions. Finally, I must thanks to the technical support team in absentia Abhijit. Devasis Babu is sitting here. In fact, Bibu Babu is not here now. It must goes to them. Everyone who are worked behind the scene and make this FDP a success one. No doubt your efforts, through often unseen, but it has been involved in the success of this event. As we concluding this faculty development program, let us carry forward the spirit of continuous learning, collaborations, innovations, and academic experience. Maybe the idea of adjusted during the 6 days, inspire us, make us lasting difference in our classroom, institutions, and society. Once again, I extend my sincere thanks to each and everyone for making this program more successful. Thank you all. Have a wonderful day ahead. Jai Hind.
Thank you all. Online participants will receive their certificate through a Google Drive. I'll be